Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to In Grove or Green, the Changeling the Lost Chronicle that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Jack. I'm your storyteller for this evening, and joining me this evening is Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Lark. She's a beast twin wing.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Phage, the Ogre Gristle Grinder.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Mira, Ferris Kyrigan.
And Mara.
I'm playing Lys, the Wizened Oracle.
And Jeremy.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. I am playing Adele Elizabeth Hamilton, Darkling Grave White.
And John.
I'm John. I'm playing Akujin, the Ogre Metal Flesh Blood Brute, and I'm also very happy the audience can hear all of you, because as I switched over to the booth, I realized I hadn't tested that. Fortunately, everything was good.
Yeah. Near misses aside, last we were in Baltimore, the Motley Unlikely spent an evening over dinner trying to have an important conversation. For a changeling, the past frequently muddies the present and the future, and Phage tried to explain and clarify how her durance affects her current perspectives and actions. The topic of endurance, however, often provokes strong emotions in those who have similarly suffered, and the topic was not easily handled by all the listeners. This, compounded with the stress of worrying hobgoblin aggression on this side of the hedge, made the emotional tension difficult at first, but eventually some level of understanding was reached. All of which brings us to the current evening, where nearly the entire keyhole is filtering into the night gallery, along with a smattering of ensorcelled and therefore at least close to trusted mortals, for whatever a Janus Night event might be. And Lys's radio, sequestered away in her rafter-born nest, clicks on. The fear of the future can be sharper than any past pain suffered. Paused on the precipice of tomorrow, you can find yourself paralyzed by uncertainty. What if you make a mistake? What if you lose what you've worked so hard for? The lie of inertia keeps us from moving forward, but at times like this, the wiser fear might be that of inevitable entropy. Whether you hide or fight or lie, you must stay active to keep your riches, for if left to stagnate, they will surely melt away like the flowers of winter. Now, the Night Gallery's decor is fairly stark this evening. When he came to open the kitchen, Will Turnover found a trio of crates that had been left, which all contained a number of provided elements for the event. Employing those, you now can see illusionary icicles and frosts that gild the interior of the building. They're actively cold and wet to the touch, but somehow vanish into vapor before their melting reaches the floor. In accordance with the Winter Court's request, most of the main floor has been cleared, with a single fixture dominating the room, a large frosted fishbowl on a small table in front of the main stage. Scraps of paper dance inside it as though tossed by a trapped windstorm, but none escape past the rim. As people begin to file in, now that the doors are opened, almost every changeling's breath can be seen in the chilly interior, the inside temperature having dropped 10 or 20 degrees almost, with many attendees still wearing their coats and scarves. Lark was appointed as the MC for the evening, and in the crates was a small letter detailing the speech that they want you to give to open the night. So you'll have a handout in your Roll20 journal there. It'll be under the writings subfolder. It'll be called Janus Knight Introduction. You guys have probably about 20 minutes or so to get things ready. If there's anybody you need to check with, talk to, try and connect with before the night kicks off. Or we can proceed to Lark opening the event.
Adele will mostly be before it actually starts. Will be up in the office.
Okay.
Just handling business stuff.
Sounds good.
Doing a little research into things. We'll probably come down maybe a half hour, 45 minutes before, just so she can pick out the best spot before somebody else gets it to loiter and observe.
Are you trying to observe from the main floor or the mezzanine above to give yourself a higher angle?
Honestly, whatever provides the best overall vantage point.
Give me an intelligence and socialize. I'll say there's a -1 for this one because it is a little built on conjecture what conclusions you might be drawing.
Would willpower be spendable for this?
You've had time to actually kind of puzzle this out from the initial announcement, so I'll say sure.
Okay. So that would be +3 -1 +2. Would be 4.
4 successes. You are fairly certain that some level of formal challenges are going to happen here tonight, just based on the sort of hints and clues of social setup that this night has been led up to with.
Okay.
So if you're wanting good vantage point, second floor is going to give you a good angle on everything, especially given that they basically wanted the main room cleared out, which makes you think there might even be some fights.
All right. Second floor, good viewing spot it is.
You've practically got a regular table for yourself up there because you tend to gravitate towards this corner set. It's a little out of the main beam lighting. So you can keep to a bit of a shadow that the house lights don't quite fully dispel from this corner, while still having a very good angle visually on anything that's happening on the main floor, and definitely of the stage and bar area as well. So yeah, you can certainly post up there before somebody else claims it.
Perfect.
Given what happened last time we had a event here, and also the word I'm not thinking of, we don't have a new security officer yet because
Right.
I am going to be playing that sort of halfway between backstage manager and I'll also field the security people earpiece in ear role.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm guessing you're running kind of back and forth between the security room and the backstage area.
Yeah, I am probably like up and down. I believe we have essentially a staff staircase or something.
Yes, I believe you guys do.
There.
The back stairway access. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yep. A lot of your security is all in force. Mr. Glare is handling door duties like he frequently does. Shell is up monitoring the camera room and keeping tabs on comms and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. What was Akajin going to be doing?
I know you said the first floor has been sort of cleared out of furniture, presumably. Is the bar still there?
Yep. Yes, the bar is kind of velvet roped off. And those ropes are all having a heavy burden of icicles kind of trailing off of them. It's not pulling on the ropes because they are illusionary, but it's kind of
off...
divided off from the main area.
Yeah, is that roping off a you can't go here or a you won't be part of the main floor festivities kind of thing?
Exactly. Right. It's basically a sort of separation, but not a prohibition.
Okay.
It's more like if you're looking for a drink, go on this side. If you want to be actually in the thick of whatever's going on, try the other side of these.
So whenever I get there, I'm going to head straight for the bar, get a drink, and do the owner the badass at the biker bar thing where it's like you are taking up 4 stools worth of space on the bar kind of thing.
Okay.
Just leaning back on the bar and watching, because if there's a fight gonna break out, I want to have front row seats because I might need to join in.
Give me a presence and socialize then to see what sort of projection you're giving.
I can do that. Can I roll willpower on this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Give yourself a +3. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Now don't roll like Jeremy does.
I mean, in this last case, definitely do roll like Jeremy does.
2 successes. Not bad.
2 successes. All right. You're hanging out in a very ostentatious manner, in a sort of like, hey, this is my space. Don't fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Phage being manning the bar and in a decidedly worse mood than usual, even for winter, is probably just sort of keeping an eye out and probably knocking back a significantly larger amount of alcohol than is usual.
Okay. And Paige will actually be in attendance this evening as well. She's kind of hanging out in a slightly removed but a corner table in the bar area, where she can kind of keep an eye on things, but is also out of the way enough. She's managed to take to the social flow of things at the Night Gallery fairly well. She knows that she's not an equal standing sort of member of the Keyhold. She's very much ancillary to that sort of thing. So she tends to kind of generally keep herself in a more out of the way position. But she tends to be very present, especially on official nights like this, given that she's one of the few people in Baltimore that actually knows what's going on with you guys.
If I notice Phage drinking heavily at the bar, since I'm over there, everything all right, sister?
No, but what the hell?
Want to talk about it?
Sort of learned that bad things happen when I talk about things too much, apparently.
Sometimes it's like that.
All right.
Knocks back more alcohol.
And that's all he'll say on the
Mhm.
subject.
And the moment comes for Lark to take the stage. As you step up, sort of a hush kind of falls across the crowd. You've got your written piece in hand.
Mhm.
Go right ahead.
As a new year dawns, we consider our future. Those things that drive us apart or cause tension must be settled, for threats can come from within and without, but without those internally prompted should be settled and minimized. Therefore, the Winter Court calls a Janus night of challenges, that rivalries may be settled before the long nights of winter enshroud us all. Tokens may not be used in any challenge to influence the outcome thereof, but contracts and blessings are permitted. In placing a challenge, one party may challenge an individual or a motley, stating either direct, group, or solo representative competition. The challenged then names the stakes, and with the charge being public, so also must be the contest. No stakes may reach a fatal conclusion for the sake of the strength of the quayhold, but senselessness being the absolute limit of physical contest. Interference in a contest, when not directly named therein, shall be supremely shameful to the offender's honor. Therefore, bring your challenges to the Veracity Bowl and whisper as you touch it. And she
And
whispered.
with those rules set forth, there's a moment of silence. And then people begin to start moving towards this large glass bowl. And the first one there is Clink. He holds his hand out and just kind of murmurs something under his breath. And there's a flash of light on the interior of the bowl. He kind of turns his head, gives a half grin, and sort of walks back to the main crowd.
Who's Clink again?
And
It's my favorite.
Clink is a witch tooth ogre.
It's one of the he's one of the guys with who got to Gale's Motley when we had the
he's a member, he's a summer court member of Gale.
Yeah.
Yep, member of Gale's Motley. Absolutely.
Do I Akujin know who he is?
You would recognize this ogre guy who's a who's a lower rank than you, definitely. Summer court member. Yep.
Gotcha.
You know that he's a little weird. He's very kind of occult savvy. A little more knowledge than sense, but a clever sort of person.
We're all a little weird.
Yeah. And person after person after person begins going up. Are any of you going to make an official challenge to any other member of the Keyhold for anything?
Nope.
Akujin's out.
Waiting to see who all goes up first.
This may be a meta / lore question.
Mm-hmm.
Have I become entangled in anything that would generally require me to do so? I can't remember anything, but I may be missing some sort of social
Give me
norms.
either an intelligence and socialize or an intelligence and politics roll. Anybody can make this roll if they want to.
Sure, why
I
not?
have
I
socialize, so we're going with that one.
I just want to clarify. I'm not challenging, but I have adopted the stance of the sort of slouched a little bit further back on the bar, and I'm just eyeballing everyone that goes up to the chalice.
Yeah.
It's like waiting to see if someone wants to
One success.
risk themselves.
Okay. Phage with 1 success. This is the sort of thing where you could probably challenge for almost anything. If you wanted to try and claim another Motley's Hollow for yourself, or if there was a token that you thought you had a legitimate claim on, but is in the possession of somebody else. Adele, you're kind of seeing that same sort of social dynamic spool out,
Right.
where occasionally like a group of people kind of get together and murmur and are eyeing somebody else across the room who may or may not notice, and then one of them goes up, puts a hand on the outside of the bowl and whispers something, and there's that flash of light internally as things progress.
Interesting.
So yeah, if you guys have anything you want to try and contest somebody for. Or if not,
unless my changeling knowledge is like, oh yeah, you absolutely really should this one.
Yeah, you're not. Nothing's coming to mind for you, Mira. You're actually, you may honestly be more fascinated by, oh, we're actually going to see some of this stuff play out in public. You know, this is a social rivalry that's basically being dragged into the light and being made to go through its paces to see what's happening. So
yeah. I am still, for the most part, staying behind the scenes just to make sure that drinks keep flowing as whatever happens, essentially.
okay.
Yeah.
Ironically, as much as Phage is drinking, I don't think she's even remotely close to drunk because of her toxin resistance.
I'm good.
Okay.
Bliss is gonna go up.
Okay.
Oh,
What do you
fuck.
whisper? What do you whisper
If-
to the bowl?
Whatever it is, it's gonna be backgammon.
The word.
That's when someone challenges Liz because
Possibly.
the defender chooses the
on
game.
If yeah.
The words
Uh,
"oh fuck" can be heard if you're within close proximity to Adele.
Yeah.
No idea what's about to happen, but it's not gonna be good.
Let's see. I'm trying to decide which one I want to prioritize. Liz has a lot of like small grudges.
Fucking A.
Feeling.
I think
Petty grudge. Petty grudge. Petty grudge.
I am imagining that on Liz's shoulders, on one shoulder is an Akujin going, petty grudge, and on the other one is an Adele going.
Don't you do it.
Let's be realistic.
Don't you do it.
It's Nero on the shoulder going, petty grudge. Petty grudge.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Either or.
She's gonna go up and sort of that's not a good one. She'll beat me. I want Gail to apologize. I step back from the bowl and go melt into the back up. She's probably been up kind of like across from for most of this because it's
okay.
Vantage
You
point.
want Gail to apologize.
Yep.
Cool. Nice. I can get behind that. Gail is present tonight. So,
Yep.
Okay. So after a period of time,
Your mic might be using the wrong mic jack because it sounds a bit muffled.
Yeah, it just rapidly dropped in audio quality.
oh, okay, that's weird. Well, let me see if I can reset that. Hopefully this doesn't blow out anybody's ears.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba,
It's okay, it's just ears. It's not like we use them to hear or anything.
Okay, well, it says that the snowball is now my default mic.
You sound
And you
much
sound
better.
better now, yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Maybe something was weird.
Likely
Alright.
something was weird.
Didn't
yes.
go out on a limb and say yes.
Yes. Yes, most likely. Okay.
As an IT professional, let me tell you.
You were fucked up. All right. And Lark, as you're watching all of this happen, each of these times someone touches the bowl, there's a flash, and another flash, and another flash. What you can see that the rest of the room cannot is that behind the bowl, hidden from the audience, is a black metal bell that, according to an attached tag, will reveal a single challenge from the bowl when it's rung. After probably a good 20 minutes of people coming up and whispering to the bowl, seems like most of the challenges have been entered. And you get to ring the bell. Roll me
Really
a D6.
quick,
Oh, whoops.
was
Yep.
there anybody who walked up
Mhm.
who is a potential threat?
All of them. I mean, it's a keyhole,
You-
man. I mean, but like, are you talking
like
specific?
in a specific, like, knowledgeable, actionable manner towards either Adele or the Motley as a whole? People with reasons or noted ambitions.
Give me an intelligence and politics. Definitely politics in this case. -2.
Right.
Because these fuckers tend to play close to the vest.
Fuck you, dice.
Oh.
There are a number of people that you know, people that you have
Right.
interacted with. Some autumn. There are a couple glances tossed in various directions as this is happening. Some of them might be aimed at members of your motley.
Okay.
But from where you're seated, unfortunately, this would be the one weakness of your balcony position. You can't get real close up and get super good, and obviously you're too far away to overhear a whisper. So you're
Right
not
and fair.
entirely sure. Possibly, but you're not
Okay.
entirely sure.
This is where I wish I was the other kind of goth, the goth changing from the previous version, where you can hear whispers a long way away.
Yep. People that you have met personally that you see go up. One of the girls from the Walkabouts goes up.
Okay.
You know Clink. He's talked to you a couple times at least.
Right.
You see Leaffinger go up. He's present tonight. Liss,
Okay.
of course.
Right. Don't think that wasn't immediately on the list of. That was number one concern. Oh God,
Yep.
I'm going to end up getting in like some sort of a fight with Liz tonight
Yep.
that I can't
Thought
get out
about
of.
it.
Yep.
Dell
And
and
who,
Liz slap
yep.
fight.
Go.
All right. Yeah, but those are the main people you notice.
Okay.
Can't wait for it to be like a string of like challenges all at the same person. Everyone hates this one person,
Yep.
and it's me.
Okay. So, Holly, go ahead and roll me a d6 as you ring the bell for the first one.
All right. 4.
Okay. So the first challenge that's noted, there is apparently a motley who believes that somebody else has harvested goblin fruits from their claimed territory. And it's listed as, and it's announced as this basically one of the pieces of paper erupts out of the bowl into a shower of snowflakes that hang on the air for a moment with the name of Harborage. Phage, you will specifically know this. This is Will Turnover's motley.
Oh yeah, because they had the harbor.
Right. But his motley has been challenged for possession of goblin fruits and contesting the space in the hedge where these fruits grow as a claim.
Phage leans over to Will. Are they full of shit, or do you actually have some goblin fruit that they had?
I mean, that's what we're gonna find out, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I was just curious.
Well played.
He wipes his hands as the rest of the harborage motley comes over, and they sort of have a hushed conversation, and Will grins. Drinking contest, here we go.
All right, well, I guess my job's up.
Help me set him up.
All right.
Okay. And several other members of the Keyhold join in, dragging a pair of tables out, setting up rows of chairs, and the shots start getting poured.
No stopping, no spilling.
Ralph or puke. And the drinks start going back. It takes about 4 rounds before one person taps out. Will gives them a very dirty look that just is he's disappointed. He's ashamed of that person. And the drinks go and the drinks go, and the motley starts to get in on it from both sides. Other members of the Keyhold are clustering around. People start putting out bets, and the air takes on a slightly jovial kind of atmosphere as this contest begins to start. Eventually, it's down to 2 on the other side and Will himself on his own. The other motley outnumbered them by about 2 or 3 people. And Will kind of winks as he pours a third round in all 3 of these glasses, sets the bottle down, tosses his own back. They both toss theirs back, and there's a moment of pause as he reaches for the glass, and then one of their heads hits the table and the other one just Technicolor yawns all over the floor.
And we have a winner.
I'm going to take 5, and I'll be right back behind the bar.
Pat yourself up.
Anybody got a cigarette?
I offer my cigarette. I offer my cigarette.
Will take one. I'll be in the alley. Back in a minute. And he sort of weaves off. Phage, you've never seen Will quite this hammered.
I'm assuming
But
Will also has the same toxin resistance I do, so.
Oh, he's pretty well handled, and given that he's a brewer as a wizened, this is definitely his bailiwick. And you get the idea that making a challenge is a risky endeavor because the other person gets to name whatever the contest is going to be.
Yep.
But there are possibly ways that you can mitigate that depending on what happens. Go ahead and roll me another D6 there, Lark.
All right.
As the
4
first
again.
challenge. 4 again. All righty. Let me see where we're at with that.
And all in on 4s.
I swear to God, I thought you said Oregon, and I was very confused how that comes up on it.
How does this D6 come up Oregon?
The entire
And I
state of Oregon is
do!
found.
Well, the D6 is on fire, and it's not that large, so it must be Oregon.
Right. It's not quite as large as some of the other ones. Okay. Well, 4. Gale of Intarsia. Apology. Gale blinks. Kind of gives a little bit of a nod.
I
Steps up. Stabs.
stabs.
Somebody
Like a
brings in a pair of pool cues. Challenger.
I come downstairs. Oh no, this is bad.
Give me a wits and socialize, Lark.
Oh boy.
Or Lark, Liz.
I
Took me until chapter 7, but it happened again.
Jack, question.
Yeah.
Is it breaking the rules to call off from the side, like to just like shout something from the sidelines?
No. Heckling was very apparent
Okay,
in last room.
So
As long as you're not helping someone, you're fine.
after Gail goes challenger, and as Liz is making her way down, I just go, "Hey Gail, do you own a boat?"
She turns and looks at you. No.
Cool, just checking.
All right, I have
She gives you a
negative
nod.
2. It was wits and socialize, right? I
Wits
have
and
negative
socialize.
2 to this.
This is the first time I've met
So
Gail, so I had to ask.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oops, that's not. Why is it not selecting bits? Okay. Socialize. -1. Because I think it does the minus. Does it subtract automatically if you don't have gotten something?
It'll put penalties in
Okay.
automatically. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So it should be -2 total.
Hey,
Yep. I got 2 successes though.
10 and an 8. Yep. 10s explode, man. Yeah, backing out at this point would definitely not look good on your resume. You're probably gonna have to just take this one as far as you can.
Okay.
You might be able to finagle the rules a little bit. Maybe convince Gail that we're not going to do this until one of us is literally unconscious, but maybe some other end goal in this stick fight that's going to happen.
Is she theoretically?
Also, good God, Aaron, when did you get 4 dots in weaponry for Gail?
Yes,
You approved this.
Oh, I did. I just
started
completely
with
forgot that was a
3,
thing.
and being summer court, I had access to the summer court's training areas, and I spent most of my downtime.
Yeah,
Gail is terrifying in a fight. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is my fault.
Gail is the weapon version of Phaedra's fist fighting prowess. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, basically, especially if it's a dexterity fight.
I do, however,
I also have the feat that lets me dex fight.
Fighting
I
fitness,
do
yep.
really like the idea that the fight gets ready to start, and all of a sudden Liz just like reaches out, pulls the lever, and the big art installation, which has been attached to the wall, just goes
drops on Gail.
drop on Gail.
That would be
And that was the
fantastic, but
end.
it's probably not within the
I'm
bounds
guessing they made me take it down. Is the problem?
And that was the end game of the art installation because Liz is a criminal mastermind.
It's a booby trap murder art
Ha-
installation.
Half of that statement is right.
All right. Well, I am gonna spend a glamour to get my wizened because I can do that, right? It's
Yeah,
just
mhm.
using
No tokens. Right.
which is
Token-
any extra. Does my armor? Because I've
and
got
we lost Maya
the-
for a minute.
oh
Does
no!
your what?
Does my armor count as a token?
No, not in this
Okay.
case.
Okay, that would be the coin though, probably, right?
The coin would count as a token. Yep.
Got
Mhm.
it.
Question actually though. Leaffinger asked for Phage as a champion for a fist fight at some point. Would the champion be allowed in this kind of challenge, or?
Yeah, like if it's solo representative combat. So like if Leaffinger gets challenged for something, he can say fist fight. Phage, you're up.
But
Yeah.
Liz did the challenging here, so I don't
Okay,
know if
so
Liz
I
can
can,
nominate
yeah.
Right.
a
Mhm. Yeah.
champion.
So
I
you
can't do
yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I'm spending a glamour to add do I want to do that? Possibly better. She hits hard. Sorry, I'm just looking at my things because it's been a while since we've been in a fight.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a glamour to can I spend 2 glamour
Yeah.
or not? Okay. Yep, 2 glamour to get nimble and to add my weird to my dodge total for the scene.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
2 and I'm gonna stand there warily and I'm basically I don't know. Is this where we roll initiative?
This is where we roll initiative.
Okay.
Bye, Liz.
so
Boy.
This will
the
not
quarter
go poorly at all.
the quarterstaff is a 2 damage weapon
Okay.
that uses melee for the skill.
Okay. I'm
So you
bad
can
at melee.
Weaponry.
But in the drop down under type, it's listed as melee in the
yeah,
character
yeah,
sheet.
yeah,
Melee?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Type melee. Gotcha.
Melee.
Sorry.
Yes.
I was like,
Two.
melee is
That's
not
okay.
the skill anymore.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not so much.
Uh,
Are you
got it.
going to try and
Okay.
are you going to try and set anything particular or try and alter the win conditions here at all?
Just gonna take the
until
lumps.
disarmed. I'm gonna ask real quietly.
She kind of looks at you. Give me a manipulation and persuasion roll. As your storyteller looks up the rules for disarming.
I'm also
Dun,
minus extra 1 on that one.
dun, 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 dun.
I'm not great at talking. It's great. Nope. Oh, that's a roll anything. Hang on. It's because the chance die. Sorry. Let me redo that.
Mara, is
Yeah.
someone torrenting something on your internet?
Possibly. There are 4. There's 3 other people in my house. So
Go tell them that they're not allowed to use the internet. It's yours.
Oh no, it's not a success. That's a 4.
Okay.
Nothing.
She kind of looks at you. Do you even know how?
Yes.
Narrator voice. She does not.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, disarm is a very specific merit that you have to take if you want to try and pull that as a right. Yeah.
I have no physical skill ones. It's good. I have 1 physical skill one. That's it. And it's not useful in this.
She kind of considers. All right.
That was an agreement.
Yep. She'll go
Okay.
for the disarm.
All right. She's better at it than me. Cool.
Because she actually does know how to do
That's
that.
fair. That's fair. All right.
Because Gail has been learning to fight since you
I stalled
left.
as much as I can. I guess I'll roll initiative.
All right, let's have some initiative.
15.
15, and for Gail, 16.
God.
Might be a
Oh wait.
quick challenge, folks.
Let me look at a thing.
Okay.
So
what is
dice pools? I get a 9 again on all dice pools involving dexterity. Did I have any 9s in there? Nope. Never mind. I'm good.
Yeah. Mm. And initiative is slightly different because you're not actually rolling your dexterity pool. It's a single D10 plus the sum of your dexterity and composure. So
cool.
Yep. Okay. So Gail is going to take a shot at you. What is your defense currently?
My defense is that gets added to dodge, not for this. Okay. 3.
3? Okay.
Yep.
So is hers. All right.
Clutching a stick.
She's going to spend a willpower.
Just off to the side, wincing at how Liz is holding the stave. It's like,
So you take what is your dexterity rating?
It's high.
You cut out there.
We missed a number there.
Oh, it's 4. Sorry.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
So she whips out towards you, and you manage to pull your grip back a little bit, but she breaks through your guard. You take 3 bashing damage.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
God. Double action, isn't it?
So, her defense is 3 as well.
Okay.
So you'll be taking a -3 to your staff attack.
Did she not take that -3 to that staff, or did she spend a willpower on it?
She spent a willpower.
Okay. Are you going to try and disarm her some other way, Liz?
Can't really.
If you knock her unconscious, you'll disarm her.
It's right. I was gonna say, given that you do not have the merit, you can't really do that at this point.
I mean, there was you can use a contract or something that might make her drop her weapon.
I
got a contract. I have an idea, but for this round, I'm gonna dodge.
Drop $100,000 and say, "Please drop your sword."
Okay, so you're going to dodge?
Yep, I'm gonna dodge.
Double your defense?
It does different things for me because I have a thing.
Okay.
It does. It adds my weird to the dodge as well. So
Okay.
It's double defense plus weird. So 6, 9.
Total of 9. Okay.
Yep.
What ability is that?
That is a wizened thing. Seeming blessing. Spend a point of glamour to add weird to dodge.
Nice.
Total.
Nice.
Yeah, it's real good.
You hide in a shoe.
Yep.
Basically.
I duck.
There's a text
Yep.
sent to the big group text thread that reads, "This is why you don't challenge. You goad others to challenge you."
Mira
So-
will text and say, "Once this is over, please see me for medical attention."
The next hit hits Liz directly in the phone and breaks it.
Right.
So she never sees that text.
Which would be actively hilarious, but no. All right. So she takes how many so she takes a swing at you in this case,
Okay.
which is
Yep.
going to be a chance die because she's not spending willpower on her second one because she wants to see
Okay.
what you're doing.
If she rolls a catastrophic
Okay.
failure and drops her staff.
I mean, she might.
There always has to be a chance either side could win for a challenge to be valid, according to the rule book.
Yep, she misses.
Okay. Let me look at. I have a hearth contract. It does something.
Hearth contracts are helpful.
They are.
I mean, most contracts are helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hard
Hearth
contracts
contracts are broadly
Are-
applicable. Shall I
Are
say.
real good, and that is something. Contracts are fine. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna spend. Let's spend it. Yeah, why not? Spend a glamour to
Okay.
at Fickle Fate
All right.
on Gale's next attack.
Okay.
This is not
you still-
wise.
It's
But-
first it's your let's see. You still have your action this round as well because I think that's just an instant.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So yeah. Are you attacking back?
No, I'm still dodging.
Okay. All right.
You could theoretically win this by just dodging until she critically fails.
Yeah, that's my plan. That is my only
Oh
plan.
yeah. No, she's at this point she's watching you and she just leans on her pool cue. Do you want to play golf or do you want to fuck around?
Mm. I'm gonna try and hit her this next round then. I
Okay.
guess.
All right.
I mean, those are both very different challenges than what we're seeing right now.
Yep. Make your attack at a -3.
Oh god. I think
Off from the side, you hear.
That's
I've never
weaponry.
seen someone golf with a pool cue before.
it's weaponry, and for a melee attack, it's weaponry and strength is what it's going off of, right?
It is what it's going to go off of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am at chance die for that. So
I feel like Diego's off to one side, just goes, poor form, confusing insult.
nope.
I'm just very amused by what I assume is the a challenge that is the act of competitive hate fucking.
I mean, I could see a porn logic version where
Right?
All right. So she's at a -2 from Fickle Fate. She's going
Yep.
to spend another willpower and invoke. I think she's got. Yes.
That's what
she does.
Vince McMahon meant when he said sports entertainment.
Oh, whoops! It's still on chance die. Let me roll that.
Not like they're wearing much clothes in the first place in wrestling.
Some of them do.
You take another
Some.
2 bludgeoning damage as she sneaks another one past you.
Ow. Okay. So I got 2 left because we're just basically filling up the bludgeoning. That's how this works, right?
Basically, yeah.
Is it 2 bludgeoning per square of health before it goes on?
No,
No,
each
square is one
block
bludgeoning.
each block is 1 bludgeoning.
Okay. That's
And
old.
then
block
That's
is 1 damage.
that's old
And then when
world
you
that
get-
I'm thinking.
And then
of.
when
Yep.
and then when you get full up, then you lose basically.
Think about it as a physical character sheet where you're marking things down in the real world. There's the slash and then there's the X.
Yeah.
No, and Gail's insult is simply because she's seen the newsroom in the last few years. So,
Everybody should.
yep, everybody should. It is your turn though, Les.
Okay.
I
I'm
have
gonna
not.
dodge again
Okay.
and say, I just want you to apologize for not for leaving and then never coming to say or anything. It's real quiet.
Then you need to earn that. And she steps back and sort of just holds her arms open, like, come on, come hit me.
All right, I'm gonna try real hard.
Okay.
I think, because it would be -1. I could spend willpower to get 3 dice on this, so I'll do that.
Okay.
Like she's -3 though. Anyway.
Yeah. So you've got your
Okay, so that wouldn't work. That wouldn't help
The
anything.
weapon does have 2 damage dice.
Right.
It does. I'm gonna spend the willpower anyway, just out of principle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try.
That's
Okay, it's a
reasonable.
chance roll. Here we go.
Come on.
If your strength is 1 and you have no weaponry dots, it wouldn't be a
That's
chance
a
roll.
1
Oof.
on the chance die.
That wouldn't be a chance roll though.
Yeah, it's not a chance
It
roll. It's
wouldn't?
just a 1 dice roll. Chances if you're reduced to
That's it.
0, isn't it?
Okay. So you've
yeah,
got
but it would be because I have a strength of 1, no weaponry, so that's -1. Even spending willpower, that's 3 with -3 on hurt because of her defense.
And then 2 dice for the staff.
Oh, the dice. The staff has 2
Yeah.
dice.
Yes, the staff
Yeah.
gives you 2 dice.
Oh,
Yeah, mhm.
that's okay.
Yeah. So
Never
you would
mind.
have a single
make
single
another
die
roll.
on that.
Which
Yep.
still would be a failure with a 1, but not a critical failure.
Okay. Do you want me to re-roll that one,
Yeah,
or we just
go
gonna
ahead.
off
Go
it?
ahead and re-roll that one,
Okay.
or just roll
So-
1d10 and see what happens.
I'm just gonna roll a d10 because
Okay.
that's an
You
8.
actually make contact, and she
Ah!
takes her first level of bashing damage. There. As she whips the staff around and swings for your legs.
Okay.
Or at least it
Probably
looks
gonna
like
take
she's swinging for your legs.
Oh, okay.
Do. She is got plenty of glamour, but she is burning through it. 3 more damage.
That takes me out.
Yep. And you, bam, hit the floor as your feet just leave from underneath you and smack the back of your head on the floor. You see stars for a minute, And when you wake up, she's leaning on that pool cue over top of you. Life happens, Liz. Don't test me. And she walks away.
I'm torn because that's very summer court. And I'm supposed to be making friends.
Saying nothing is always an option.
It's true, and it's what Akujin does.
I'm gonna sneak back up to my perch.
Okay. Lark, roll me another d6.
All right.
As you ring the bell once more.
4. Oh.
1.
1. The next one is a contest for harvest rights between two Motleys. This one is solo representative, and one of them is challenging for the rights to harvest near a school in the northern part of the city. The stakes are named as checkers, and a board is brought out from somewhere. Small table set up, and within 10 minutes or so, a victor is declared. This time the challenger wins for the first time of the evening. There's a little bit of grumbling, and one of them, and then the challenger spits in her hand and reaches out across the table. The other one sort of begrudgingly shakes it, and that individual, Motley, has lost the rights to harvest glamour near that school at this point. As this one's going down, people are beginning to sort of whisper back and forth about what's happening. And the bell is rung again. One more d6.
I sort of lean back over the bar and look over my shoulder at Phage. This has been a boring night so far.
At which point,
For the worst.
another paper erupts.
I had to get
Why
it in.
would you
out
even
of-
fucking say that?
Because
Yes,
I had to get it in.
Another paper erupts out of the bowl. Woodkerns, Motley. Drug trade along Lombard Street. Leaffinger inhales, steps forward. Solo representative. Fists. And he looks over at the bar.
All right, time for me to get in there.
Have fun.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
All right, we'll be back in just a bit. Please stay tuned if you're watching on Twitch for these commercial messages. We're back.
And so as Leaffinger calls Phage out for her combat representative duties, people sort of clear back a little bit more of a space again now that the checkers game is over. And a fairly large ogre with these massive hands. Phage, as you're looking through his mask to his mien, the fingernails look like the teeth off of a backhoe.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of dull steel gray metal.
We've got a...
Well, the hands are just heavily weathered flesh, though. And he sort of rolls his shoulders, cracks his neck a little bit.
I will display grandiose might before we start.
Okay.
Oh, what are they
Maybe 2
called? Damn it,
glamour,
what are they called?
And then my athletics and weird.
It's in the
Phage
it's in the winter masks one.
Glasses.
Boom. My strength is now 5 for the scene.
Excellent. Good. That'll help some. Shrugs his shoulders. Adele, looking down, you recognize this individual. Arcanima is a primarily autumn
Render.
motley. It's actually the one that John Coffin is a member of. John is leaning off to the side, still with a fairly decent beard, courtesy of Phage.
Yep.
Watching his representative go forward. You weren't aware that they were into the drug trade. That's slightly new information, but people got to make money, I guess.
Phage looks over her shoulder as her muscles just kind of swell with the weird's influence, and she kind of looks at Leaffinger. Don't expect too much, but I'll give it my all.
That's all we ask for. And let's have some initiative.
Lean over to Diego. It's like
13 for the keys.
11.
I don't know. I don't know who to root for, Diego.
What's your defense, Phage?
1 at the moment because I haven't had time to brawling dodge.
Okay. So he's going to come out swinging. He doesn't have a ton of willpower, but he'll burn it on the first.
Not a good sign.
Attack roll. Normal, simple, unarmed, dupe. Okay.
Also, I gotta ask, what's it like to roll 8s and 9s?
I don't know. Holy shit. And you just tilt your head and dip past as this massive fist rips past your ear.
So I have a complicated roll I need to make here.
Okay.
Because I'm invoking willpower and a contract and spending glamour.
Okay.
So first off, in this punch, I am rolling Might of the Terrible Brute. So
Okay.
which is going to be my strength and weird. I'm going to spend a glamour. At weird 3, how much glamour can I spend in a turn?
Let me check that.
The terrible brute.
You can spend 3 in a turn.
Okay, so I get 3 more dice on this punch.
Okay.
And then I'm spending a willpower for 3 more. And then I'm spending
Okay.
the remaining 2 glamour per turn for 2 more after that.
Okay.
Hoping to end this in 1 strike.
That's the plan.
One punch woman.
All right, so attack roll.
That's
brawl.
Fair. Phage has a personality.
So does Saitama. No one else
No.
does. Saitama does.
As she just
Boom, boom,
leans.
boom.
As she,
Japanese salaryman is not a personality.
as she just leans to the
You haven't read
side
the
and
manga.
just look. You're gonna have to try harder than that, and just unloads with the right hook.
Right, yep. And it comes around and just bang! Bam! You feel something crunch under the fist as it makes contact with the jaw. The head snaps to the side, and he staggers back 2 whole strides, spits out some blood to the floor, comes back up, eyes very narrowed, but you can see the sway in his steps. That rang his bell, but good. And as he comes in for his strike, 2 can play.
Renders are used to
going
punching
to-
walls, so let's see what happens here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Because he's got Might of the Terrible Brute too. But he wanted to see what you were made of.
As it turns out, a solid fist.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There was an applause from the bar after that punch too. It's like, oh, very good.
Well done. Well done indeed.
Well landed.
All right. Sheet roll, strength, and weird. Boop. 2 successes for him. He's on his last legs though, so we'll have to see how this goes. Attack roll. So he gets an extra 2 for that. What is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Results added to your strength.
Okay. So he's going to be at a +5 because he's going to spend a willpower. And your defense is 1, correct?
1.
Okay. Oh, I might have to make you re-roll that one because you didn't add his defense.
yeah.
You didn't take his
That's
defense
fair.
in.
That's
okay.
fair.
Yeah.
You want me to
Roll
roll
that
that?
one previous again. Yeah, his defense is 3.
5 damage. Oh, sorry. I thought you said that was aiming for a 1. Okay, so
Your defense
5
is 1.
dice.
His defense is 3.
Bam. 4 damage. Slightly less.
Okay. Still pretty solid though. All right. And you haven't done brawling dodge yet, right?
I can only do 1 action in a turn, yeah?
Right. Okay. Yeah, no,
That actually works out really well. You had 3 less dice and you had 3 less damage.
All right. So he gets +2, 5, -1. So he's at a +4 on this one. Strength and brawl. Boom. God, he's doing terrible considering the number of dice he's rolling. All right. So and this time, a grazing shot to the body. You feel the impact, but it's nowhere near the cannon that you unloaded on him from your first hit.
Look, I know you can do better than that. And she's just going to lunge in with the left hand. So
Hit
I'm going to do it again. Spend another glamour.
All right.
Sheet roll.
And for those of you watching, yeah, this is kind of a clash of the titans. Like the power behind these strikes is very impressive. Some of the targeting is a little off, especially on his side.
Exceptional success.
Ooh, hey.
Changeling
This
also
might
gains the
hurt
8
a
again
lot.
quality for the next action he takes using strength dice roll.
Oh my God. All right. So you're at a -3 for his defense, but that's pretty much it.
And I'm spending a willpower and 2 more
Make sure
glamour.
you toggle 8 again on the roll.
So 8 again, attack roll, unarmed, strength brawl, attack roll. So I'm adding 10 and subtracting 3. So adding 7 and 8 again. 5 damage.
Boom, 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 boom. And 1 lethal comes around and you just pile one right up under his jaw. And for someone who has probably about 6 inches and maybe 100 pounds on you, the fact that you get somebody's feet to leave the ground before they start to go backwards, you're feeling pretty good about that.
Another round
And
of applause for the bar.
everybody can feel and hear probably the impact of the body hitting the floor. This is a solid person that's just gone straight dead weight to the floorboards. And there's a brief moment of quiet, and then yes, the cheers and the applause start, and there's shouts, and yeah, going 3 strikes for strikes with this guy. That's nothing to be ashamed of.
kind of cracks her neck for a second, cracks her knuckles. All right. That was fun. She walks over to him and offers a hand as soon as he regains consciousness.
It's going to be a second. Like,
Okay,
literally, his motley kind of just stares at you, at Leaffinger, and then two of them just go and start dragging him off to the side.
Okay.
And somebody grabs like some ice water and starts dribbling it slightly on his face, and he's slowly starting to come around. But yeah, no, that one, you can see blood trickling out from the corner of the mouth a little bit. Like, yeah, no, that was solid. He bit something on the way up.
Phage looks over at the bar. Will, get that man a meal in the house.
Will, who is working his way through being heavily smashed, gives you a thumbs up and sort of just has one hand on the bar, sort of using it as a railing as he heads to the kitchen. Lark, one more D6.
As Phage gets back to the bar. Good punching, sister.
3.
I'm less full up on glamour than I was a minute ago, but yeah.
It's all about the show, right?
Yep.
Of frost.
Sorry.
Tag.
Oh, it sounded like you started. You got cut off on the first bit, and I may be
Oh,
wrong.
no, there was a puff of frost as another paper comes up
Okay.
out of the bowl.
All I heard was of frost. So
Right. And it says the letters hang in the air for a moment. Tag. Knowledge. A book. The Life and Times of Coal Black Wild. Tag steps out, looking around, and Clink sort of sheepishly comes out of the crowd. Yeah, no, you got yourself that there book that I was wanting to read, and most of the people say that's a personal copy, and you don't loan it out, and it's been 3 times I asked for it, so now I guess I'm gonna have to try and take it off your hands fair and square, like if that's acceptable to everybody around. Tag looks at him, kind of sucks his teeth a little bit. All right. Fine. A history recital, then.
My empty glass slides over towards Phage.
Did you say history recital, Jack?
yes,
Yes.
Which is why the glass slid over towards Phage.
the best challenge.
Henry V,
That one better.
you start. Clink kind of blinks. Oh, God.
Roll intelligence and academics, man.
Brightest heaven of invention, kingdom first stage, princes to act, monarchs behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry like himself assume the port of Mars, and at his heels leash and the recital begins. Clink is going for rapidity, just trying to keep track. Manages to get his way through the first chorus monologue. Tag takes over. My lord, I'll tell you, that self-bill is urged, which the 11th year of the last king's reign was like, and had indeed against us passed, but that the scambling and unquiet time did push it out of further question. Clink blinks for a minute. But how, my lord, shall we resist it now? He's very wooden in his delivery. It's kind of awkward. And they go back and forth. And now I need to make a roll for each of them to see
who remembers
see
more
who,
of Henry
who
V.
see who loses the line first. Yes, exactly.
I mean, what happens if they get through to the end? Do they start anew
No.
with a different? Would they start anew
Then,
with like?
then they
Resist
just start a
Earth?
different play, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll go for King Lear first, honestly, probably. All right, but let's see.
There's not a history; it's a tragedy.
Yeah, he did say history recital, so.
Yes.
That's fair. All right, but Clink manages 1 success. And Tag, where'd you go, buddy?
Success. 1 success. I want to see this go like 7 days.
Adele,
No,
Liz comes
I'm-
over to you and it's like, this one's good.
It's interesting. I have a better one.
One.
A better challenge.
Oh no, that was Clink.
Oh, whoops! I
You
rolled the same
accidentally
person
rolled
again.
twice for Clink.
I was like, wait. What?
I was like, wait a minute, did Tag just lose? But no.
No, not yet. He hasn't. Let me actually roll from his character sheet.
Better knowledge?
No, a
Challenge or
better challenge. A better challenge, period.
Yeah, Tag gets 9 agains on these though, so it's unlikely that he'll lose, but we'll see. Yeah, no. So they make it partway through the first scene, and then Clink blinks and completely loses his train of line. Well, you weren't entirely disappointing. Thanks for the compliment. I'll be by the library again next week. And Clink just turns and leaves as fast as he possibly can. One more D6.
3 again.
Okay. Yep, there it is.
No, this is the one you're waiting for.
The one we've all been waiting for.
We all.
You ring the bell. There's another burst of frost as a paper comes out. Unlikely for the stewardship of the commons.
Fucking hell, this one has to be handled with goddamn back.
Oh.
And Liz,
It's all
you feel
Yeah.
a cold weight settle on your shoulders.
Of what? Oh, crap.
Mira,
You have a choice.
Uh-huh.
You have a choice. You can
Okay.
either follow the strictures of your pledge, name
Mhm.
solo representative with backgammon as the stakes,
Yep.
or you can let your keeper know exactly where you are.
Fuck. I'm not doing that.
Mira is sort of pushing Liz forward because I did patch you up with a few band-aids after Dale humiliated you. You made your deal. Time to keep it.
I will raise my voice and backgammon solo. Anything else with that? Yeah, I think that's it.
Question.
Yes.
Did the pledge specify that Liz had to be the person to play the backgammon? Okay.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember
Yes,
if
it
that was.
did.
I couldn't remember if that was a specification or not.
Yep. And
Who's
there's a
challenging?
murmur. And a figure that you have seen before.
Okay.
Nobody else has. Steps forward. Also a wizened, fairly slight of build. His mien is almost mechanical in a way. His right arm is kind of made of metallic, almost like a prosthetic, with gold engraving on it. He's wearing a fairly tightly fit jacket, vest, open kind of button-down shirt underneath. The rest of his skin is very gray, and some of that gold engraving and illumination spreads into the open chest where you can see it. Long black hair that sort of falls little past shoulder length. You know his name as Click Clack. And he is a member of Leaffinger's Motley. You met him very briefly when you went for your gardening lesson.
Okay.
That fucker.
I'm
Oh yeah, I saw that coming.
not knowing that. I am still looking over at Leaffinger to see what Leaffinger's reaction to this whole thing is.
Leaffinger steps up to Click Clack, pats him on the shoulder, and gives him a nod. The backgammon board is brought out,
Phage
and the
looks,
two of you sit down.
Phage looks at Leaffinger and just kind of very slowly raises a middle finger.
He meets your gaze, gives a sort of shrug, nod, half grin. Adele?
Is simply withdrawing and going up to the office to wipe some things off of some computers and clean things out.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, by wiping things out, that means wiping basically down to system core. They get to do all the work themselves.
Right. Yeah. Factory reset.
I'm going to use Panamancy real quick. In case because now that I know kind of the stakes of things and like who set this up and possibly repercussions of that, basically I want to see if this is potential risk to myself versus potential risk to the whole keyhole. Leaffinger is shifty, and we met the motley he brought here, and this is concerning to me.
Wits and composure.
Okay.
I send a quick text to Phage. Having seen that interaction between Leaffinger and this person, and the text just reads, "If y'all need to get rid of things, I know people that are good at cleaning up." That's just direct. That's just
down
the
the
Phage.
office now.
We probably will. She gets back, or he gets back.
Right now?
Okay.
Question mark.
Trying to remember, is this something I can use willpower on or not?
Wait for this. To close.
No.
Okay.
Not for Panamancy.
Cool. Just do that then.
Would she still have her wound penalty after being tended to by Mira?
Oh,
It was all
that's
bashing
right.
damage.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
It was all bashing
I assume
damage.
I
I'm not
had
even.
time.
I'm not even gonna make Mira roll for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back. You're back up.
I'm up to full. Okay, cool. Hang on, let me reset this. So
It's been a couple hours, so the bashing would have dropped off immediately anyway, and that lethal is probably pretty well taken care of. So
Okay.
you're not at wound penalties
without any penalties. So I'm just gonna roll. Thanks for noticing that. 3 successes. I'm good at
trying to read the after image.
Yeah.
Don't you win this? I'm doing a lot of work to sabotage this place right now.
This isn't about that. This is
This is very much a naked power grab, obviously. He's brought in outsiders and gotten them in his employ. And outsiders that don't really have courts or anything yet, so no real connection in the city other than to him. And was apparently insightful enough to harness you in a more or less unthinkably breakable pledge. And savvy enough to know that the option would be on the table at some point in the near future, apparently, where he could exploit that. So either he is very well connected, very clever, or both. And this is possibly the first time that he has pulled back the curtain and actually made a move in the open.
potential risks of the other option. I mean, to me, definitely, but as a whole to the keyhold, is that a concern, or I'm not sure. I
It
don't know if
very
Liz
well
would know.
it very well could be.
Mhm.
I mean, if a keeper
The
finds
idea
out where
of-
a bunch of changelings are at, I mean,
Yeah.
Right. If the keeper knows where you are,
Yep.
unless you are instantly very, very far away, geographically speaking, from any other changelings, absolute risk.
Okay.
I mean, it would screw his plan up.
oh, by a lot.
It would.
It would just
It
also
would.
kill a lot of other changelings.
I do want to point out he gave you the opportunity to pick a game of chance.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, like backgammon is the least like raw
yeah.
skill related of the,
The
board
person,
games. you
the
have.
person
Yeah.
Liz is facing is made of clockwork. I'm willing to bet he's got some contracts that manipulate chance.
Yeah. No,
We
obviously
call it
we
hard.
understand what's going on, but
Yeah.
by
But-
the very nature of challenges, there's like a snowball's chance in hell that Liz can win, but a chance.
There's a chance.
I
Yep.
mean, Liz also has contracts of hearts, so
Not a whole lot.
And
but
and yes, you picked backgammon. If you had picked
Yes.
an actual skill-based game, actually give me an intelligence and occult minus
Sure.
1.
intelligence and occult.
Well, cut to upstairs where
3.
Adele is slowly opening up a bottle of the cheapest, the cheap shit that she keeps in there, and casually walking over to the radiator and pouring it all over.
With 3 successes, you are familiar with the idea of the wizened game player.
Mm-hmm.
These are changelings that have a preternatural skill, especially at games that involve mostly skill. The fact
Okay.
that there's dice rolling in this one is going to put him at a slight disadvantage.
Okay.
You've heard stories of literally, if you sit down to a purely skill-based game with a game player, the weird weaves in their minds such that it is physically impossible for anybody but another game player, magically speaking, to beat them at a purely skill-based game like chess, checkers, Go, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a level of random chance in this one with dice, so that puts you at a marginally more favorable chance
I
of
will
winning.
also
All right,
It could
how-
happen.
Yeah.
Liz, because it's been discussed a few times tonight that you might want to pull a data and go for the like lesser difficulty goal or something. I think that was a correct Star Trek reference. Manipulate the
Probably.
wind.
I'm
Yep.
real
Can
bad
you-
at manipulation.
I get what
so...
you were saying. Kobayashi Maru. That's the other Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
this-
it would be hilarious
Alright.
if you could call. Actually, you're the challenger. Could you just call loser wins on a game
You
of
guys
chance?
didn't get a chance to hear what my challenge is going to be if someone challenged me.
What happened? Give it time.
That wasn't it. It was
Yep.
much better.
Like it's technically a game of chance.
All right.
And the two of you sit down at the table.
Yep. Okay.
I don't think you
So-
can call loser wins.
Yeah.
So, Liz, you'll be making these are just going to be straight intelligence rolls. Okay. If you can spend willpower to add to them, if you've got
Mhm.
other things that can increase your intelligence pool or anything specifically that way, you can also have that at play.
Okay.
And this is going to be an extended effort. First one of you to 10 successes wins.
Okay.
So
Can do it.
Is there any way to because if I'm remembering the rules right, invoking contracts and things is fine. Nothing
you
was
can
said
invoke
about
contracts.
actually just cheating. There are dice rolls involved, and I am a dexterous person. Can I attempt to
cheating is cheating.
make my rolls a little bit better?
Give me an intelligence and socialize.
Okay. Extra one. I don't know. Oh wait, it didn't. Oh, it's because it's a chance. Sorry, I always forget to double check.
Why are you at a -1 on your modifiers? Are you still injured?
Because wizened, and I don't have any dots in socialize.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yep. That's a natural one.
You are absolutely convinced that that cheating is probably a very good idea. Yeah, that's
right.
your best. That is honestly your best way out of this.
I'm gonna try that then.
Okay.
How
Sorry,
do you
guys.
cheating? Are you just trying to like roll your dice in a certain way to try and aim for high numbers?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
Like,
not really
recommend
cheating.
putting the souls of people you've kidnapped in them, or having lots of friendship. And yes,
Refrigerator.
reference.
Refrigerator does it. You freeze the dice and then they learn.
All right.
But
so your first roll, will be a dexterity and subterfuge roll as you try and unfairly roll the dice so that they come up the way you want.
All right.
I mean, trying to game your dice is really hard to call out as cheating. So
yeah, it's not really cheating.
And I have I still, because it's the same scene, I still have nimble. So I get 9
scene has definitely changed by now.
It has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Each individual event counts as a separate
Got it.
scene.
Okay.
you can call nimble again. So
right, you can roll nimble again if you want.
Yeah. This is really important. I don't have a whole lot of glamour left, but let's try it.
About to change the whole scope of this campaign.
9 again. Here we go.
We're fine. If we lose, we can just buddy up to Leaf Finger.
Here we go.
I don't want to do that.
4 successes.
What
that's
happens
a lot of
when you
that's a
break
lot of
this
9s
out?
in there.
Okay.
Or 10s.
That is a lot of 9s in there. Okay.
Right now the window is being opened so that whatever flying rat type bird might be
and tell him to get his
by
friends.
Yes, that's my hope.
Layfinger doesn't
but I'm not
notice.
going to be the one to ask him.
Lark goes to the window and summons all the birds of Baltimore.
Yes, please do.
Nobody notices. Lark, I will give you a +1 to your intelligence roll.
Okay.
For this round.
For Liz,
You'll have to try this each round. Sorry, Liz.
Not great. This is all sorts of bad, but here we go.
Like I said, I'm not actively trying to screw you guys out of these things.
+1.
No, we screwed ourselves out of this one very well.
2 successes.
I hope your gardening tips were worth it, Liz.
Leaffinger is standing close by, but click-clack, you watch his entire attention focus down on the board as he picks up the dice and rolls. And for the first few minutes of play, you guys go back and forth. and you take an early lead.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Are you going to try and cheat for the second part of the round?
It worked the first time, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity and subterfuge.
Yep.
You've still got your 9 agains.
I should have done the thing that I was thinking of doing before this game started.
Which was?
challenging list
experience?
challenging list directly in the challenge bowl
Oh,
to try and
There
to
you
see if I could get tossed in there and just burn her challenge early.
That's just one.
You try and pick up the dice, and Click Clack's hand just darts out and grabs your wrist. No cheating at my table.
I'll try. And
There's a hush that
Yeah.
sort of falls over the crowd for a moment. And then he lets go. You're at your regular for this
Yep.
one.
I am also yeah, it's gonna do it. There you go.
So you've got 2 and he's got 1. Let me be
Yeah,
writing this
here we
down
go.
so I don't lose track.
Intelligence.
Can you fickle fate his rolls?
Yes.
It's a contract.
I
You have the favored fate portion of the Hearth's contract?
no, I just have fickle.
Oh.
And I have I'd actually like to use this isn't going to help with this roll, but well, actually I'll hold off on that. I'm gonna fickle fate him on this one, so that's another glamour
Okay.
gone. I've got one left.
Okay.
But I'm gonna make my roll and it doesn't affect this. Sorry.
Can you spend willpower on these or no?
Good question. Can I?
Yeah.
I'll spend willpower. I get plus.
Oh,
3.
sorry. No, you cannot
Oh.
fickle fate this one. This is because it is not an actively
Oh.
attempted instant action. These
Got
are
it. Yeah.
extended
That's fair.
actions.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Mhm.
I'll put that back. No problem. That makes sense.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Dell changes the firmware of the security
But I
system.
can do. So here's willpower.
To speak very specifically, let's
Are you supposed to
go-
have 9 again on your intelligence rolls?
Oh, I'm not. Sorry, I didn't switch it back. Let me do that.
Let's go with
Intelligence.
Afrikaans.
Okay. And all of a sudden, the game turns
Yep.
very hard against you.
Phage looks over her shoulder at Will. How much of that food can you ruin before this game's over?
Gives a shrug. Huh?
Because fuck this guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a different contract.
Okay.
I look over at Phage and
Contract of
just raise my
Omen.
eyebrows towards the
I
phone.
have Vision of Strife. I roll weird plus empathy against the target. Why are you even with him? I'm going to spend my glamour. Changeling looks at someone and gains a vision of the most traumatic and emotionally charged event that the target has experienced. I want dirt on this guy. I'm going to lose and I'm going to go down fighting.
Nice. Making a phone call to book Creed every night.
Oh.
Creed now has a
I coulda
fucking residency here.
I could have sworn you would have gone for Nickelback, but okay.
No. Nickelback is fun music. It's not good, but it's fun. Creed isn't even fun. It's just bad, preachy bullshit.
I mean, that's fair.
All right. Empathy and weird. I'm spending willpower. 3.
I wouldn't make it a residency. We're gonna get this place back eventually.
Residencies last a matter of months. It's fine.
Two
That's fair.
successes.
2 successes. All right.
And it doesn't say what
Hey,
it's.
look,
I don't think it's verse anything.
at
from
the very least,
him.
you've solved your issue of needing me in your motley.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Let me pull up Rites of Spring while I
But
take
it's
a look.
okay
Yeah.
because Akujin now
It's page
now has a
108 in the PDF.
Akujin has
Okay.
a newfound hate on for leaf fingers, so it's fine.
I figure all of you guys are gonna pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! After I'm done making this a burning, like metaphorically burning this place to the ground, it's fine. Do what you want.
Mira was very aware going in that List traded anything Leaffinger wants from the Motley for some gardening lessons. And when List refused to not take that deal,
Oh yeah.
this happened.
Oh yeah.
So it blurs across your vision
No,
slightly.
Akujin
Liz.
just doesn't like being
Okay.
used.
Not at this
You
stage.
see the same body that's sitting in front of
I
you.
feel that's probably common.
But
among
instead
ogres.
of the folded hands focused on the backgammon game in front of them, they are stripped at least to the waist with a number of tables around them. Their head is literally carved open, and you can see the brain tissue underneath. And the arms branch at the shoulders into 8 each on either side. The eyes are wide open, staring at more or less nothing in front of them. But at each table around them in an arc are these twisted, strange figures, almost visually indescribable, that kind of blur through your vision. You can't quite identify them. Each time you try and focus in on one, the beginnings of a migraine just start to spread through your skull. And at one table is something that looks similar to a chess game, but the pieces are unrecognizable. The board is far too large, and there are multiple layers to it. And instead of pieces, these strange insects are being picked up and dropped and picked up and dropped. And each time that they're grabbed, they lunge back and try and bite the hand that touches them. On another one are simply motes of light floating over a pile of autumn leaves. And the leaves are by turns flipped over and flipped back. Some unknowable pattern underneath. And at times, the motes dart to the hands and the appendages that are trying to maneuver these, burning all the way through them and then incinerating one of the leaves below. And you can just see all the jerks of pain that this person is suffering. More games to the other side as they are apparently playing 4 or maybe 6 separate games with various, what you can only assume are some level of gentry or captor or just strange mind. It's a torturous experience, and the one thing that you can hear besides the snap of insect jaws and the sizzle of burning is the clink and clack of chains that have him bound to this seat from which he cannot rise.
Time for
It's your
psychological.
turn to roll. It's your turn to roll for your intelligence.
Yep. I use another willpower.
Okay.
Got one of those left. That glamour's gone from that. And I have to clear that. Three successes.
All right. You push back, trying to regain some ground, and you regain some ground. And then he begins to roll his turns as well.
That's it.
But it's not enough. And the last of his tiles drops into the box. And you still have almost half of yours left, still on the board. He stands up.
Yep.
And leans over the table. I'm really sorry. And then he turns, tucking a bit of hair behind his ear. His leaf finger kind of claps him on the shoulder. And the Woodkern's motley goes over to the bar. One round, if you please.
Sorry, it looks like we're all out, Phage says. As the majority of it has probably been ruined by this point, as Phage has sort of been busy.
Well, no, he was headed to the kitchen. There are plenty of bottles still in the bar.
Oh no, Phage would have been messing with that too. Like if Will's handling the food, Phage is handling the drinks.
All right. And the room has just sort of quieted, and then conversation slowly begins to resume a bit.
Clark is going to kick the fish tank. Or the whatever it is, the tank.
Okay, the fish bowl?
Everything.
Yeah, the veracity bowl?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a strength and brawl.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to Lark and head that way. But you do that.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
So I just realized.
Spend a willpower to kick a bowl.
Yes.
Yep. Hell yeah. That is a
Yes.
very valid use of a
One
willpower.
success.
One success.
It's in keeping
Your
with
toe
us.
hits it. Yep. And it's surprisingly light. It just boink right off the table. Bonk, 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 bounces across the floor. And there's a wash of cold air throughout the room as this thing tumbles in multiple directions, the mouth of it spinning from one angle to another as it kind of does the spin and rest on its side.
Yeah. Were there
looking down into it, it looks empty. And there's just a waft of cold air coming out of it now.
Were there other slips of paper still in there? Did it seem like there were still other challenges?
It looked like it.
Okay.
Yep.
Mira will text the group chat. No, that's how you win a challenge. By being sure to arrange that the one you challenge must pick a challenge you will win.
And as it sort of rattles to the floor,
I'm not in that.
Lark, you feel a hand on your shoulder. Liz, you see this figure that you hadn't noticed coming out before, touching Lark on the shoulder, having come out from apparently backstage or somewhere. Now. We hide in this season.
I don't.
And that's why you're Autumn. And the figure steps down off the stage, very well dressed, no discernible features, just a kind of blank mass of vaguely flesh-toned, but almost looks like mercury metal that sort of moves. Reaches down, picks up the bowl, and brings it back to the table, setting it down. Are there any more challengers at the moment?
I put my hand on Lark's shoulder.
Liz has joined you on the stage now, Lark.
Okay.
You still have the bell in your hand.
It needs to keep ringing. This needs to be a place people can still come to.
Okay.
Rules aren't changed by
What do you do, Lark?
Okay, question.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the handout I can read, but I mean, can I do something like challenge them again?
Yeah, but they get to choose the
Comments?
game at that point.
They get to
Yeah.
choose the game.
Yep.
I mean, it's no worse than where we were. Because...
I mean, they pick a board game and have him win it immediately because he's a game player.
Yeah, there's not really
Well,
any way to force them into a
Okay.
deal that you can
Okay.
win
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
at the moment, at least.
Okay. She's just gonna stand there with Liz right now.
And after a moment, you feel another hand. This one you kind of see coming as, crap, what's her name? I am blanking on a NPC name. Hang on 1 second while I find where she's hiding.
In the rafters, having claimed
Yeah.
Liz's nest for her own.
No! It's
I
my
mean-
space.
And
God,
the-
Not anymore, it's not. It was.
You
your
know what? I'll
space.
go grab Liz's
As-
stuff from the rafter.
As Sally Halfpence walks up to the stage. Lark, do you want me to take over? She kind of just holds her hand out towards where you're holding the bell.
No, I've got this.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Roll me a d6 if you ring the bell again.
Rings it really hard this time.
3
3 again.
Okay. This time it's a challenge over a token where one member of a summer motley actually wants a weapon that's being held by another member of their same motley. Apparently some sort of magic knife.
That's my boys.
But there are in total probably 3 or 4 more challenges to fill out the night. Lark, do you just continue your MC duties currently?
Yeah, she tries to compose herself, but she is still really pissed. Like it's all
Okay.
pissed.
And
Yeah, Jack,
eventually,
I'll grab Liz's stuff from her
Okay.
rafter.
There's a lot of stuff up there. How much?
there's
do you
quite a
prioritize?
bit. Yeah, right. Yeah, like it's a fucking pack rat's nest up here. Like
Mira
There's def-
almost always has one of those collapsible duffel bags inside of her normal bag, so
sure,
I'll make it work.
you're just loading it up, bringing it down. I assume stashing it in one of your guys' vehicles that's somewhere
Oh yeah,
On site.
I'm stashing it in the car that I have the keys to.
The van.
Okay. Yeah, the
Um,
minivan there. Yep.
Which
On
also
I
has
won't
no
probably-
take
space.
anything that's vital to the operation of the place because that wouldn't be honoring the challenge and allowing stewardship to go over neatly, Adele.
Right.
But all the stuff that is Liss's, I am moving out.
Okay.
A very
Probably on-
woozy, drunk-looking Adele is making her way very slowly down the stairs right now.
Probably on about the second trip for Mira, Jim Marbles stops you.
Mhm.
I realize I'm late, but I had to check a couple things.
It's no problem. I appreciate the effort. So,
Closest that I could find, the only person that might be of a similar origin as you, Sarah Bloodred. I think she works security here for you. Might. Not confirmed.
well, it's good to know. Thank you. In exchange, I have to go back through my notes. What was Gracie's last name?
Arundel.
Arundel.
Queen Gracie Arundel will command a pack of hobgoblins made of trash. She's been making moves into the city. Her exact nature is unknown, though her name matches a missing girl.
All right. That's good intelligence. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you as well.
Phage texts.
Best of
sorry.
luck.
You as well. I apologize. Tonight was eventful. You know, motleys of mixed seasons can be disruptive.
Variable, shall we say.
I suppose.
Well, I'll keep an ear to the ground. If I hear anything else, I'll follow up. And he drifts back downstairs.
Phage texts Sunset Blue. Tell me who that wizened was.
Referring to
Referring to Click-Clack.
click
Referring to
clack. Yep.
Click-Clack.
Okay. There's about a minute or so pause. And Leaf Fingers ace in the hole, question mark, comes back.
Apparently, comma. Do we know anything else? Question mark.
Summer is the only other response.
Because I'm going to take everything from Leaf Finger for playing a girl who only looks for knowledge.
Best of luck.
Point you hear, "Hey, Phage!" For a little bit.
She looks up and sees
Hey.
a very drunk Adele.
Super wobbly, about to fall over. Could you get me to, not my car, because I shouldn't drive.
The van.
Yeah. Suppose.
It's either the van or my motorcycle, and I don't think you're gonna like the cold.
Suppose.
Or my Jeep. Since I'm still sitting at the bar.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, was someone talking?
Turns around.
There's a hand that hits your shoulder, Adele, that you
Oh.
don't recognize, that you kind of look over. Now, Phage has both her hands, and Akenshin has both his hands, and you've got both your hands.
More or less. Who are you?
Does Adele need a ride? It's Paige, Phage's girlfriend.
Oh.
Probably yes.
Adele, do you need a ride?
Might have to stop by a pharmacy on the way. I'm low on medical supplies.
You want to go to Rite Aid and then to your house?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. I'll
A
drive
Pulp
you.
Fiction author arrested in Rite Aid parking lot.
Paige gives you a look, kind of wide-eyed, and you realize, Phage, that she just saw all this happen and doesn't really have a context for what's going to happen next, but is definitely doing her best.
She just kind of looks at Paige and just, thank you.
We'll probably stay over at Adele's, I'm guessing.
I'll meet you there.
Paige,
Okay.
don't look in the closets.
Good to know.
And the evening is winding down. People begin to take their leave, slowly moving away.
As things are very much settling down, I'm looking for Leaffinger as we're wrapping up.
He is seated in a corner. Easy to find. There's a few people that are dropping by to talk to him and that sort of thing, but as you sort of make your presence known, he kind of waves them away.
I wanted to congratulate you. That was very well played.
Thank you.
I hope there are no hard feelings.
None whatsoever.
Well,
On our side.
I do hope you'll keep your end of the gardening.
Absolutely. For what it's worth, I'm glad that most of my markers with your motley were all called in now, because I wouldn't want to overly stress. And yours, of course, I assume, are still above board.
Of course. That's part of what I wanted to say, that we have a deal, and with whatever else has gone on, if you don't feel comfortable calling me in, I would understand, but our deal is as solid as it has ever been from my perspective.
I'm glad to hear it. If
But
the time runs out, the time runs out.
that is also completely fair. That's what we agreed to.
Indeed.
I'm volunteering on behalf of my motley to take point on making sure everything transitions smoothly, get you keys, permissions, and history if you need it. You already have my phone number.
Indeed.
Yeah.
If you wish, you can let the employees know I'm not going to immediately change staff for anyone who was working for you. And if any positions need to be discussed, their names will still be on the list and close to the top, probably.
All of the hiring and budget information is in the books. We were in the process of interviewing Akujin, a summer court ogre for the position for a security position. I assume that
The one
that's
who accompanied you, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You're free to either take that over or cancel it as you wish, of course, but he might appreciate knowing one way or the other.
Certainly.
And Mira will go on to discuss with him any other technical detail. I don't know what Adele did.
Sure, yeah, no,
None
you
of us do.
absolutely don't.
And so if he insight checks me, like, to
You
Mira,
have no
this
idea
is-
anything happened at all. Yeah.
I
Right,
really
yeah.
None of us do.
forward. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that will probably end up a conversation, but
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Any other details he wants or other things to arrange? She's just trying to create a general, yeah, you played us, but no hard feelings. Please don't come after us again in preemptive revenge for our revenge.
Right.
As
You
folks-
don't
Sure
need to
enough.
destroy us completely. We were really just a placeholder anyways.
as folks are filing out, I'll look over towards Phage, and like with an unlit cigarette in hand, because I'm gonna light it as soon as I get outside. I go, "You want to talk now, sister, or not?"
Paige kind of looks across the room. No, not right now.
I got a really good punching bag down at the bar.
That might be useful.
Good.
But I got someone I care about, so
Sure,
I'll go look after her.
you do that. Offer stands. Come on, Diego.
Poor Paige.
And I will let the employees know that they're all not going to be immediately left go by the change in management.
Okay.
The people that are working tonight, and you know.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's definitely, as you go around to talk to people, Mira, there's trepidation. Like, yeah, no, that kind of was one of the first questions that came up. But okay, we'll hold until we hear one way or the other, I guess.
Yeah. No hard feelings if you keep working here, or if you decide you don't like the new management. None of my business.
All right. And at the none of my business, a couple of them are sort of like weird, but yeah, okay, that's absolutely a way to put it.
She's being genuine. She's just
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. That definitely covers as far as things are concerned that way.
Phage does send Sunset at one point. Who else is in his motley?
It's hard to do over text, so you're going to be at something of a penalty for this. A manipulation and persuasion, I'm going to say -2.
Does Phage's court mantle apply?
Yeah.
Which will make it a total of +1. 2 successes.
Okay. With 2 successes, You'll get a response eventually. Series of names. Clickcock. Crab Cake. Tony Loner. Ainsley Heath. Sammy Blossoms.
Ainsley
Leafinger's name is left as an implication. Nobody else is getting this text.
Yeah. Ainsley Heath, I think, was one that the previous we had met before.
We've also I think met Sammy Blossoms.
Yes, yep, that one too.
And we met the loner one.
Sammy, I think, is
Tony
actually...
Loner was the
Tony
guy.
Loner, Tony Loner was at the door.
The guy who led you guys out
Yeah.
when you had been talking to.
Akujin recognized, but I don't know if anybody else recognized.
Yeah, I think Sammy Blossoms is actually on the security team.
He is.
Remembering correctly.
Yeah, he works for the Night Gallery currently. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just good to know.
Imagine if he was going to fire everyone. That would be super awkward. We've won stewardship for our motley, so you're out of a job.
No.
But I'm getting promoted.
Oh, sorry, we have to have complete turnover. Your badge and your badge and your keys, please.
Their motley pledge ended that day. It's like, guess who's not re-upping?
All right. Lark, give me a wits and composure.
Zero.
Okay. It's cold. It's snowy.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your head down.
Does Lark seem like she's kind of... How's Lark doing? Because Liz is kind of...
You don't see Lark.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You've been trying to keep an eye on her, but at some point when your attention is diverted for some reason,
cool.
At some point she's gone.
Okay.
So Adele, you are led to Paige's car.
Yep. And ow.
And she's driving away with you. Tries to strike up some small talk a little bit. So
really, though, we definitely need to pick up medical supplies.
Okay. Yeah, no, we can absolutely do that. There's a drugstore right up the way here. I'll come in with you.
How about I give you my card and the pin, and you go in.
Okay, what do you need?
All over everything.
Are you bleeding?
I'd rather not answer that. No. I'd rather not answer that question right now. But yes.
Okay, and the car speeds up by about a factor of about...
He does have my phone number 15. And knows that I'm a doctor.
Also list.
Do you need me to call? I need to call somebody.
Nope, absolutely not. I can take care of myself. I've been brutalized much worse than this.
Who attacked you?
That's a long story that I will tell you once we get back to my home.
All right.
A bottle did.
And Paige is just sort of like, well, apparently this is happening now. Okay.
Hey, you said to...
Yeah.
I was willing to go with whoever, but... The mortal decided to give me a ride home.
Like, I realize this is the NPC attached to the party problem, but we put her through a lot.
Yep. And she is going to do her damnedest to make sure that somebody's death does not happen in her front seat.
Oh, gonna have to get blood out of the upholstery. That takes so long.
That would be
Don't
your
worry. Once Adele sobers up, she'll have advice on that.
Yes, he's very good at
And
that.
she
I've
does
cleaned
not have-
I've
this
cleaned
poor
blood out
girl
of
does
upholstery in
not
real
have any
life.
dots in medicine.
Yeah,
It's
again,
fine.
she
Adele
might
wrapped up.
want to call me or text me, but
Adele wrapped up well enough that she is not bleeding on furniture right now.
Okay. But she will grab some supplies, and if you're footing the bill, obviously she's got enough. Yeah, there's enough to cover whatever medical supplies might be necessary.
Yep.
So Akajin, you're headed out as well.
Yep.
Give me just a straight wits and composure.
Can do.
Well, Phage sort of after a bit walks over to Will and just sort of, well, it was great man in the bar with you.
3 successes.
Wasn't it though?
Don't worry.
He gives you a pat on the shoulder, which is about as high as he can reach. He's a very short man.
Leafinger will get what's coming to him. You don't be an asshole like that without getting your comeuppance.
Yeah. Word to the wise. Eyes open. And don't fight the power just on principle.
He played a girl with one eye who was just looking for tips on how to manage her garden. To make a power grab.
And look around you, girl. More than half the other people in this room would absolutely do the same thing.
And that's not good for everyone.
But this is where we live. And this is who our family is. And he taps you in the chest. Because you know he's Spring as well. Our family. That's what our court does.
It needs to be
sometimes for good reasons.
It needs to be more than just power grabs in politics, though. Spring's
It
about
might be.
renewal.
It might be. I know where you're coming from. That's why these are words to the wise. Not just on principle, but for good reasons. All right?
I saw the damn thing coming too, but I was too caught up in my own concerns. I could have done something about it.
You probably could have. But you didn't. And that's not your fault either, all right? This is a blow. This is a hard blow, especially for you. But figure out what you want, and then figure out what you need. You're a good girl, and you're one of my good sisters, all right? If you need things, you let me know. But not just on principle. Do it for good reasons.
All right.
Okay. And we'll talk more later. Because, one of these days, it's going to be you across the table from me like it was earlier tonight. And that's one that I want to make sure both of us are ready for. Okay? All right.
To clarify what he's saying there, is he suggesting that it's going to be the two of us in a challenge at one point across the table in a drinking contest?
What he's just implying is that eventually you two are going to have a drinking contest for whatever reason.
Yeah. Oh, if there's anyone who can drink me under the table, it might be you.
Even if it's just for fun, yes, it might be me.
I got 3 successes on my wits and composure.
As you and Diego are leaving, you see War Dancer with a number of other summer people on her phone, talking back and forth. She's taking a call and giving instructions as well.
I'm just going to whistle to Diego and head over that way.
You guys are about halfway across when you see her pull a CK Scorpion out from under her jacket, rack the slide, and jump in a car. Looks like they're about to take off for something.
I just raise a hand with the, like, you need me?
Whatever you just said, John, did not pick up on the mic.
No, they're not? That was weird.
Roll that one again.
I sort of,
Is
like,
John roboting for anyone else?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's not coming
huh,
through great.
that's weird.
Hold on.
My
let him
internet's
speak.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wait.
you did. There was a moment where, of course, the perfect dramatic moment of what you do in
Right.
response to that,
Yeah.
where nothing happened.
Wow. Can
Absolutely
you hear me
nothing.
now?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
I
they can
think we're
hear
good.
me. Okay.
Right.
I sort of catch her eye and raise a hand in and sort of like looking directly at her, like, do you need me?
And there's a brief moment. And then she goes, keep your phone handy.
Thumbs up to her, because you have frozen for
Okay.
me, which presumably means I
Right.
froze for you.
Yep, no,
Okay.
I can hear you there.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, just thumbs up. And
Okay.
look over at Diego. Well, something shit's about to happen.
And 3 separate vehicles are all sort of peeling out, slinging snow with tires and that sort of thing. Yeah, something's gone down.
I'm gonna see if I can catch Phage as she's leaving.
Probably.
Hey, sister.
Acrogen?
I need you to get your wits about you and fast. Some shit's going on. War Dancer and Much Summers just took off. Tires squealing in 3 different vehicles. Guns ready.
Well, that sounds like it's Summer's problem, doesn't it?
Hey, I helped you out, right?
Yeah, but you also didn't want to be part of our motley yet.
No, and for damn good reason. Looking at how y'all reacted just in there. You can't even handle somebody taking a challenge away from you. You really want to handle me? Come on.
Someone just played a girl who was just looking for tips.
Yeah, that's how it goes. In the meantime, there might be an attack on our keyhold as a whole. This is about more than you and your bullshit. So I'm gonna need your head on.
That's not a good way to get it there.
I don't give a shit. You may have noticed that already.
Yeah, which is not helping your case.
Well, all I'm saying is if you want backup, you have to be prepared to be backup. Otherwise, you're going to be out in the cold.
I'm always prepared to be backup. But Summer's the ones with all the fucking guns.
Yeah. And you got 2 big fists.
Yeah, that are kind of spent after that.
That's why I said keep your head on, not run right out into the fight right now. You'll notice I'm not grabbing my guns and running off either. Just that shit's going down.
You'll also notice your
And-
condescending tone's about to make me throw a punch at you, too.
Feel free. But if shit goes down, we might need all hands, regardless.
I, at the very least, will always be ready to fight for anyone in this fucking keyhold. Don't give me shit about being upset.
I'm not giving you shit about being upset. I'm giving you shit about getting your head on.
You don't know where the fuck my head's at right now.
Liz wanders out.
Okay.
I can't find Lark.
I will look around to see if Lark's
Need a
out
ride?
here.
I look and see if Lark's anywhere nearby.
Or can you teach me
She's
to
not.
drive now?
No.
Yeah, I can teach you to
Especially not
drive.
in the snowstorm.
Apparently, Mira's out now too.
Oh, nice.
Sure, why not?
Mira has been lurking around while cleaning up and getting things locked up and doing
Sure,
other
sure. No,
perfectly
it's just funny
normal
to me.
breakdown. You know.
Absolutely.
Where's the last time you saw Lark?
Well, up on the stage there, and then things kept. Then she went.
I have Barnaby's
inside.
number, right?
I'm just gonna text Lark. 'Cause
I'm
I
gonna
know
say
I've got
yes.
Lark's number. And say, where
Yeah,
are you?
I will text. If Akujin's texting Lark, I'll text Barnaby just like, any chance Lark went home with you?
Yeah, and I text Lark, where are you?
Lurk won't respond to that.
Okay. Mira, you'll get a response back. Nope. Should I be worried?
Nah, it's just been a rough day. Hey for all of us. As just checking if we're expecting her at our place tonight.
All right.
Well, none of you are equipped to go search for someone in a snowstorm. So
I've got a vest with stuff in it.
that's great, Liz. Akujin, do
Lark's
you
lost.
mind taking Liz home
Sure.
to our place?
I text Lark.
Sure, no problem.
Lark, where are you?
I think at this point her phone is turned off.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Fair.
Okay.
All right. Phage, I'm going to assume that even though you downed the bar, you're either sober enough to get yourself home, or where did Paige go?
She's driving Adele home. Adele was not
Okay.
sober enough to get herself home.
Are you sober enough to drive a motorcycle?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mira, by the way, so
Yeah.
you're informed. Well, War Dancer and just about the whole summer court just took off blazing guns ready in 3 cars. So something bad may be happening to the Keyhold as a whole. Be ready?
got it. I'm not a fighter, but
No, but we'll probably
You
need
have my
people
number.
patched up.
yes, that too.
I mean, it's not like
And,
like
yeah,
we've been getting
I'm-
invaded by hobgoblins lately.
Gonna go because I'm someone who literally has experience in snowstorm and wilderness rescue to see if I can find her. I'm gonna check. She probably took her coat because she was probably still wearing it during the winter thing.
Did
I'm
you
gonna
take your
go try
coat,
and-
Lark?
Actually, no, her coat would be backstage.
Okay.
I'll grab her coat.
I like how it's probably nothing, but it just so happens to happen at a time that's really bad.
Yeah, I'm less worried about Summer not being able to deal with it than I am Lark despondently wandering into the crossfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Or having already been picked off.
It's probably nothing. It's just set up in literally anybody who's watched any true crime show ever. The worst sequence of, like, the exact sequence of what you find that ends with, and then 3 days later, the body was found.
Exactly. That's why Akujin's a little freaking out.
Tonight on
Look,
60
my
Minutes.
character with 0 combat power has no contest against. If the whole of Summer can't handle it, I'm fucked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The police department, the local police department was called with reports of seeing what was believed to be a mannequin on the side of the road. It was not a mannequin.
But yes, I will take Liz to wherever Liz wants to go.
Sure. Yeah. Probably
you
the
wanna go,
hollow. What
Liz?
if they take the hollow?
Okay.
I'm feeling defensive. The hollow.
Can't take the.
It's like get in the car. Liz is going to use her last glamour because why not?
Fair.
Or what?
On mirror, which I never use.
Ooh.
She shifts. And I think I get to change. Yeah. I have to roll. I have Riddlekith. Manipulation
Yes, you
and
do.
weird. Manipulation and weird. And not intelligence. One success.
One success.
Yep. Let's see. What is she going for? I've dined with all of you. Except for Akujin, but
So you don't have to. So if you're going for a kith that you have dined with, you don't actually have to spend the glamour.
oh,
Yeah,
That's your catch.
Oh, that's
if
it.
you've
That's
dined
it.
with a
That's the
member of
catch.
your target kith within the past week.
And
You
Kith,
just
Kith is
failed coming out party actually had something meaningful in it.
Yeah, the Kith is the sub race, not the general.
So you could
It's
so
not
you could
very
shift
important
into
to
a
me, it's
Gristle
just
Grinder,
not-
a Grave White, a Playmate Kyrugan, or a Windwing.
You know what? I'm gonna spend the glamour anyway. I want to look like Akujin. Damn it, ish, sort of.
So are you going for the Metal Flesh or the Blood Brute part?
I don't know what the difference is between those. The metal flesh probably.
Okay.
That seems
All
appropriate.
right.
Sort of puts on several feet. The car doesn't sink any lower because I don't think it affects anything else, but
It is just an illusion.
Sort of look
Yeah.
over at the passenger seat. Cool. Turn the car on.
Right? Yep.
can you teach me to drive?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to learn.
As I'm driving Liz home, I will go through the very basics of how a car works.
Oh God, no, no!
I mean,
Now she's
you'll
gonna
have to-
say, "I was told how a car works. I can drive."
You'll have to, but it's very
Am
clearly
I
like
learning stick or automatic?
automatic.
Okay.
It's very clearly like, you know, a top level of here's the gas, here's the brake, here's the shift. Like you're gonna have to like practice.
I like how you
but
think that matters.
I'm just explaining how Akujin explains it. Like
Uh-huh.
Right.
Liz is going to start getting engaged at that and like sort of out of her funk a little bit. and is going to like start asking the questions that you might not think she knows to ask, because she does understand how cars work, weirdly. She doesn't know how to drive, but she understands like how motors work and stuff.
Yeah, and he's not like trying to break down this is what a combustion engine is. He's doing like base level driving, like not
Right. He's coming at this from an operations.
Yeah.
Attack, right? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Somebody asked him to learn how to drive, so he has to pass it on to John.
How important? And this is more of a personal philosophy thing. How important does Akujin think turn signals are?
Not very.
Okay, I thought not, but I wanted to confirm.
Like he doesn't even like
that probably doesn't really come up all that
in
much.
The Jeep, he flicks them on and off, but like he doesn't actually like point out what they are or what they're for in this conversation
or why he's doing it. Right? Yeah. Right.
Intelligence 1.
Aha. Okay.
Drive
So
3.
But how many
Intelligence
dots
1.
of drive? Okay, but drive 3.
Drive 3. Intelligence 1.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he is a standard Oregonian driver.
Potentially.
Because Oregon drivers are actually fairly skilled drivers. But once you get in a car, you lose the third digit off your IQ.
I just like
whatever it was before.
I just like the idea that he's using his right hand.
I like that means
successfully driving in snow without spinning out on a road with a speed limit of 15. So
that's part of the lack of intelligence, because you get in the car, you look and you think, yes, I'm in a vehicle that can definitely handle this situation, and you continue to drive.
The difference is Akujin is actually in a vehicle that can handle that situation.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. Last roll of the night, I want Lark to give me another wits and composure.
All right. One success.
So you're walking. It's quiet, cold, dark. A car drives by in the opposite direction, lights kind of blaring into your eyes. There's a waft of cold air as it goes past. And then you hear the faint popping sound in the distance. That is burst automatic gunfire. And that's where we're going to end for the evening.
Say
goodbye,
everybody.
Yeah, what he said. Bye.
Goodbye. That time it was a jinx.